Welcome back to Neil Oliver Live. I'm still with Katie Taylor, a campaigner, in relation to this whole story of hormone replacement therapy, and I've been joined in the break by Janine Rusted. Now, Janine, thank you for. You had a bit of a hell for leather run to get in here on time, I think.
Yeah, just a bit.
But we're okay now. We're all right now.
Here.
Tell me your experience of this. What's your story in relation to all of this?
How far do you want me to go back?
Well, I just want to know when it became something that you were worried about, aware of.
The product, right? Okay. I've been fighting to get HRT for years. I was offered antidepressants, etc. And then when I finally got it, the estrogen gel and the progesterone tablets, I've had it for like 3 months, and I felt such a difference, and it was really. My joints weren't aching anymore, and I felt better in mood.
As quickly as that?
Yeah, really, yeah, honestly. And then I go put my prescription in, and it's run out worldwide. And I was like, well, there must be an alternative, and I wasn't offered one. And then when I was, it's not right for me, so I haven't got anything now.
So have you been trying any of these? Have you been making contact with people, sharing supplies? Have you thought about? I believe in Spain you can buy some of these products over the counter.
Oh, I'll get on to that.
And people are making all sorts of efforts to try and plug the gap for themselves.
Right. I've been around all the chemists, and then when I realised that was a no-go, I kind of I thought my only option was maybe to go private and spend more money, where I couldn't get help with the NHS. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment.
So, Katie, how familiar a story is this?
Very, very familiar, and it makes me so angry that women are having to pay, a normal prescription charge is probably about £8, and women are paying anything up to £40, £80 to, just to get the product if it's available, and then to have, go for private consultations. It's just not an affordable option. It shouldn't even be part of the discussion.
Is there any indication of when these shortages will be corrected? When the situation will get back to...
we've been told around June, but I don't know. We've been here before in 2019. There was a shortage then as well, and I do worry. The Davina programme, the second one is coming out tomorrow night, and that is going to, I'm sure demand's going to go up even further, because everyone's going to have their... People who didn't realise what their symptoms were will probably have a light bulb moment tomorrow night.
It sounds as though the drugs and the availability or the shortage of them is just a part of the much bigger issue. What else ought to be done? You've talked about the fact that GPs, understandably perhaps, aren't particularly trained as specialists in this area.
Yeah.
What kind of things could be done relatively easily that would alleviate the suffering of thousands?
Well, we've been saying this for years, that something so simple, and it's not rocket science. We have on our website, we have a symptom checklist. It's a downloadable symptom checklist, and there's up to 34 symptoms of perimenopause and menopause, sometimes up to 50. And if women can just print that off, take it to their doctors, or the doctors, we should be given it at every sort of health checkup. When you have a screening checkup, just say, this is perimenopause, here's a leaflet, here's a symptom checklist. The other issue is the NICE guidance for menopause care, which was 2015 when it was introduced. A lot of doctors are not up to date with the fact that first-line treatment is HRT and not antidepressants. Now, antidepressants, I think, are being given out to women. I was given them because they can help with things like hot flushes, but I didn't have hot flushes.
But that's mad. You're not suffering from depression. People are not suffering from depression, so that's a misapplication of a drug.
It's an estrogen deficiency disease. If you had low thyroid, you'd have thyroxine. So if we were running out of thyroxine at the moment, there would be, outrage. So, I feel terribly sorry for Janine. She's suffering terribly. And the other thing is that Janine's a member of my Facebook group, aren't you? And, and you were offered a spray, which alternative?
Yeah, but when I read I've got a stiff liver rather than a wobbly one, so I've got to monitor that, and the spray I was offered apparently isn't good for a liver, so I can't take it. So I said, what else is there? Nothing. But then I spoke to a hairdresser, and she said she was on tablets, and I didn't even know they existed.
I'm fascinated by how many women are just sharing information amongst themselves rather than getting any kind of backup from medical professionals. this is such an important story. I'm so glad, Janine, that you came in and that you shared your story with us. And Katie, thank you again.
Thank you.
So important, I think, to bring this properly into the light, and we'll probably discuss this again, and I hope we get the opportunity to do more about this and to alleviate the suffering of half the population of the country. So, 1,000 thanks to you both.
Thank you.
You're watching